Rain poured down in thick, heavy sheets that morning, the kind of storm that felt like the sky was crying harder than anyone on earth. Emily Parker gripped her steering wheel, knuckles white, as she prayed the old sedan wouldn't stall. Her 7-year-old son, Noah, was sitting in the back seat, humming softly, clutching his worn-out backpack. Today mattered, she couldn't be late again. But fate, it seemed, had a cruel sense of humor. Just as she turned the corner onto the main road, Emily slammed on the brakes. A man lay sprawled on the wet asphalt, his arm twisted unnaturally, blood mixing with the rain. Without a second thought, she pulled over, heart racing. She told Noah to stay in the car, grabbed her old umbrella, and ran to the man's side. "Sir? Can you hear me?" she shouted, trying to keep her voice steady as thunder cracked above. The man's eyelids fluttered open. His face was pale, his breathing shallow. "Help!" he whispered weakly. Emily dialed 911 with trembling hands, pressing her scarf to his wound to stop the bleeding. The ambulance took nearly 15 minutes to arrive, 15 precious minutes she didn't have. But she stayed. She couldn't just leave him there. When the paramedics finally took over, Emily rushed back to her car, soaked and shivering, and sped off to work, her heart pounding with guilt and worry. By the time she reached Harrington and Company, the marketing firm where she worked as a receptionist, her clothes were half dry, her hair a tangled mess. She ran through the lobby, breathless, clutching her ID card, only to be met with a cold glare from her manager, Mr. Collins. "Miss Parker," he said sharply, "this is the third time you've been late this month. Sir, please, there was an accident. A man was hurt, I couldn't just. I don't want excuses. You know the policy." Her voice cracked as she pleaded. "I need this job. My son." But before she could finish, he cut her off. "Pack your things. You're done here." The words hit her like a punch to the gut. She blinked back tears, her pride fighting with desperation. As she walked out, the sound of whispered pity from her coworkers trailed behind her like a shadow. That night, Emily sat at the kitchen table in their tiny apartment, staring at the eviction notice pinned on the fridge. Noah was asleep in the next room, clutching his toy dinosaur. The power had been cut earlier that day, so only a single candle flickered in the darkness. "Maybe I made the wrong choice," she whispered to herself. "Maybe doing the right thing doesn't always pay." She had no way of knowing that the man she helped, the one she thought she'd never see again, was about to change her life. 3 days later, a black luxury car pulled up outside her apartment building. The driver, dressed in a crisp suit, stepped out and knocked on her door. "Miss Parker?" he asked politely. "Mr. Harrington would like to see you." Emily frowned, clutching her sweater. "I think